They trusted a god who controlled the rain. They worshipped Baal, the god they believed controlled the rain and the harvest. When the skies were generous, they said it was Baal. When crops grew strong, they gave him the credit. When the rains came, they celebrated his name. Altars were built, fires burned, sacrifices were made. In exchange for rain, offerings were brought. Again and again, they believed their future depended on him, that their survival was in his hands. But what they didn't know, the sky had never listened to him, and soon everything was about to change. The land had already turned. A king who abandoned God, a queen who enforced Baal. Altars were rising across the land. Fires burned day and night. Sacrifices were demanded, and the people obeyed. Prophets were hunted. Truth was silenced. And Baal, he ruled everything. Then one man stepped forward, not a king, not a soldier, a prophet, Elijah. He walked toward the temple while a nation watched, and with one sentence, he was about to challenge everything they believed. Baal, the god they believed controlled the rain. Sacrifices filled the land. Then one man stepped forward. No crown, no army, just a name, Elijah. And he spoke one sentence.
There will be no rain in Israel except in my word.
Not for days, not for months, for 3.5 years. The skies stayed silent, crops died, rivers vanished, nations suffered, and every empty cloud proved one thing: the god of rain had no power. The drought had broken their strength, but not their pride. For 3.5 years, the sky had given nothing. No rain, no mercy, no answer from Baal. And now Elijah stepped forward, one man against hundreds. On Mount Carmel, the people gathered, watching and waiting. 2 altars were built, one for Baal and one for the God of Elijah. The challenge was simple. The God who answers with fire is the true God. The priests of Baal cried out from morning until evening. They shouted, they danced, they cut themselves, but nothing happened. No fire, no voice, no God. Then Elijah stepped forward, calm and certain. He poured water over the altar again and again, until everything was completely soaked, impossible to burn. Then he prayed. No screaming, no fear, just certainty. And in that moment, fire fell from the sky. It consumed everything, the altar, the stones, even the water. And the people finally saw the truth. Baal was silent, but God had answered. The fire had fallen and the people had seen it. There was no more doubt, no more Baal, no more silence, only truth. But Elijah did not celebrate. He spoke and said, "Seize the prophets of Baal, let not one escape." And they were taken down to the valley below, and there judgment fell, and the prophets of Baal were no more. And still there was no rain. After everything, after the fire from heaven, after the victory, still nothing. Elijah climbed back to the mountain, and he prayed again and again and again and again and again, but nothing came. Then he sent his servant to look toward the horizon. He went and he looked, and there was nothing. Again he went, and again nothing. 7 times, nothing. Until, "There is a cloud," he said, "small, like a man's hand." And Elijah knew it was enough. The sky turned black, the wind began to rise, and the rain finally returned. Not because of Baal, but because of God.